Talk about stupid. I offered to fold Jeff's laundry, so now we have double the pleasure, double the fun. Welcome back to my channel and to another fold and story time. You guys read the title. Today we're talking about the dumbest things I've ever done. And I can't wait, more than like telling the story, I can't wait to hear your stories in the comments below. So let's get started. We have so much to do, and I think we might have a special guest joining us today for the dumbest thing he's ever done.
Did someone say stupid?
I was like, hey, we're gonna do like the dumbest thing I've ever done video, and Jeff was like, marry you.
That's right. I'm a professional comedian.
Get in here.
Guest appearance. I'd like to clarify that I always am wearing gym clothes during these because you like to do your videos when I'm away at the gym.
Yeah.
So that's why I always look like a trash bag.
You're a delightful trash bag.
Oh, you know, like a hefty scented trash bag.
As I fold your trash bag clothes.
Thank you.
Courtney, thank you so much for your help. All right, do you like want to tell a story about time you did something really dumb?
I just heard stupid. I need clarification. 90% of my life has been defined by stupid.
I mean, there is no clarification. It's kind of a broad subject, so it could be like something where you're like, that was like a near-death experience because I made a bad choice. I mean, that one time when we were in Jamaica, you jumped off of a really, really high rock. I don't know if that was stupid.
That's a tourist attraction. I have many stupid near-death experiences.
Give it to us.
Most of which will be immediately flagged. So I'm trying to go through them.
Gently, do you want me to tell my story? I don't know if you know this one.
Sure. I'm like, I got shot at Amsterdam once, can't tell that story.
Oh my god.
There's a bunch with legally dubious consequences, can't tell those. I ran from the cops once and had to... What? Yeah. And again, details out of context that I'm save for another story time after dark. And I remember I had to jump a fence, and I fell off the fence, and I hit the ground really hard, and I got all messed up. But the worst part about it were my hands hit the asphalt, and they were all messed up. And I was waiting tables at the time, so for weeks I had to wear like mummy wraps on my hands.
Oh, gross.
So mummy man would come and give you your spinach and artichoke dip.
That's the most unappealing thing I've ever heard.
You know, you gather experiences until you hit an equilibrium of wisdom, in which case you're ready to pass it along. What's yours?
So I was going to go on a cruise with a friend's parents, was going to take me.
Oh, this is a Jamaica story?
Well, there's several bad stories in it. It all circles around Jamaica.
Yeah.
But we were in New Orleans for one night and one night only, and me and my friend. Your muffs. Yeah. Your parents are perfect. Don't ever do this. We were in New Orleans. This was a long time ago. This is, in fact, a dumb story. Do not try this. And we were very young. And me and my friend were like partying it up in the street. And then we're like, we want weed. And like two younger dudes around our age.
This is a good story. I know this.
We're like, hey, you want weed? Like it was like one of those things. And we're like, yeah. And they're like, come with us. And we're like, okay. And so we follow these two dudes who like, listen. In my defense, they seemed reasonable. That's the beginning of every, like, death
That's story. A good vetting process.
Yeah. So we're like, okay. And so we're, like, following them. And then they're like, get in the car. And we're like, okay. We get in the car. This is so dumb. And they're, like, driving. They get on the freeway. And I look at my friend. I'm like, oh god, this isn't good, okay? And this is, I think, before we were like texting, like it was a long time ago. And so we start getting paranoid in the back. Unbeknownst to us, they're getting paranoid in the front because they suddenly think we're cops. They keep asking, are you guys cops? And we're like, no, but you know what?
Look at this.
Yeah, I know, especially back then.
Look at the face of the police.
And so then we're like, no, but like, I think we're ready to go back. I think we're going to go. Somehow, by the graces of God, they turned around and dropped us off right in front of our hotel room.
Oh, how nice. And your death experience that turned into a lovely taxi ride.
And a memory that has stuck with me forever, and a little bit of a, Lisa, what the actual F were you thinking?
I know.
It was kind of like, whoa, we were so lucky. That was so dumb. I mean, kids, you know?
I know. Here's a good one. So I went to college at the end. That's the story. So I was in college, and I took a year off of college to be a townie because I wanted to earn life experience. Also, I stopped going to class, but I like to spin it as
life experience.
I needed to grow up. So I was a townie for a year, and I worked in a college bar, and it was great and very informative.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is clean clothes, and we just got corny hair all over.
Thanks, bud.
Jeez. What is she eating?
Floor.
Okay.
So I was a bartender and like a waiter at one of the restaurants on the little strip.
Do you think it's still there?
I do, probably, if I haven't changed the name. But so we all used to go to each other's restaurants, and like when you're in that industry, you all take care of each other. It's fun.
That's fun.
So we were on the second floor, this balcony overlooking the main street, and I was drinking with all these like older townie folks, trying to be cool. And I did smoke cigarettes at the time. It was the early 2000s, you know? It's a thing you did. Yeah. Now you vape like a cool kid.
No! Stop that.
But,
that is not true. Gross.
Not medical advice. So I was a little bit drunker than I should have been, and those of you who smoke cigarettes might know where the story's going. And I really wanted a cigarette, and the cool townie gave me an American Spirit, which, if you're unfamiliar, is a brand that has like less additives but more, whatever. It's just a different concoction. And my little bod wasn't used to it. So I took...
oh, I feel sick thinking about it.
I took a drag of that cigarette, and that combined with my inebriation at the time, I got immediately nauseous, and I leaned over the balcony and I puked from the second floor onto the street where
oh my god, I'm like sick thinking about
the University of Virginia football team was waiting to get into the bar. So they all looked up and they saw a sub 5'8" tiny little white boy who puked all over them. And then, thankfully, like I said, the Brotherhood of Restaurant People, they snuck me out the back as the football team was going through looking to destroy me, rightfully so.
I've never heard this story.
And I remember that guy, it was like one of the line cooks or something, he just legs me out the back, just looks at me, and he just goes like, run. And then I just started running home, and then you could hear the commotion behind me, but that's not like they were chasing me because they couldn't find where I was. But that day, I was the best athlete at college. Stupid stories.
Can you tell now that we're on to the barfing stories, the shark story? Because that's...
Oh, do you consider that a near-death experience?
I consider it a stupid story because I knew I shouldn't have gone.
I know.
So... stupid story.
You want to start it?
We go to Hawaii. Not this last time.
Yes.
But 2 years ago. And
Oahu.
We like to plan, before we go, we like to plan a handful of activities ahead of time so that we can book them and make sure that we get in to do them. We're kind of like, we like to go on adventures and also relax.
Yeah, so
Jeff is like, I want to go on this shark dive. And I'm like, cool, that sounds crazy, but like, I'm definitely in, like, I wasn't afraid of the sharks. I was like, yeah. But the whole time leading up to this, okay, we're talking weeks, Jeff keeps going, are you sure it's a small boat? And I'm like, I mean, what are you trying to say? Like, I was like, I think it's fine.
I was trying to say that you're going to puke like a crazy person on a small boat.
But I was like, I don't know. I didn't know. Are you sure? Are you sure? And I just kept saying, like, I guess.
You knew. I knew you knew, which is why I kept asking.
So, go ahead and set the scene.
Oh, well, it was a small boat. And you get on the small boat, and you boat out about 40 minutes to where the sharks are, and then you get in a cage. The cage doesn't go down. And the sharks are cute. They're not terribly deadly sharks, but there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
And we treated ourselves to $11 acai and granola bowls that morning.
Yep.
Velvety acai.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Blue.
It wasn't about 10 minutes until...
Well, the boat, first of all,
Lisa
is
Schwartz.
literally going like this, and I fucking kid you not. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but it really, I'm not exaggerating. It wasn't just... I'm like getting like nauseous.
The fire hose was released, and Lisa began to puke comically. Kind of like that scene from Team America, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, but tell us how and when.
The gif of the puppet puking from Team America. It looked like that.
Tell them, like, well, it was not on the boat.
Well, it was on the boat at first, in which case, yes, it was.
It was?
Yes, it was. So you started puking. You were the only person on the boat puking until, out of solidarity, I puked because you puked.
Yeah.
So then the two of us were just puking.
We were like the gross couple that were puking.
And we're not monsters. We isolated ourselves. And we're like, just don't worry about us. We removed ourselves from the tour. But still, everyone knew. But then it was time to get in. And there's 2 rounds of people.
Like, get into the cage.
Yeah, so there's 2 rounds of people in the cage. So you have to wait. And then they do their dive and they switch it out. I was gung-ho, even though I was sick, because I wanted to dive with some damn sharks. So I was going to go for it anyway. Lisa, as a trooper, got in, went for it. But what happened was she started chumming the water with her puke. Because she started puking on top of the sharks.
Like, I could not, like, help myself. I'm, like, feeling nauseous thinking
The
about
most beautiful, luxurious, smooth, purple acai puke you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, those sharks were eating.
Looked like one of those like cartoons where like the GIF person is puking out beautiful rainbow colors. And then man, did the sharks love it. Oh boy, were they going crazy for that fresh granola.
But the worst part is that there were like 2 young girls who were in our cage.
The currents were swishing the puke back into the cage where everyone was swimming in it. I was diving down, struggling, but I got down to see the sharks. I'm pretty sure Lisa tread water and just chummed water.
I didn't see any
for a
sharks.
good 15
I saw
minutes.
like the gates of hell open up.
But never have those reef sharks eaten so well.
Yeah, so
as they did that day.
You are welcome, sharkies.
That's right.
Have we almost died together on a trip before? I think we've done pretty good. Well, we
almost die when I'm driving and you start freaking out. And you start pointing at everything and screaming, Jeff. That's dangerous territory.
What else? You got any other ones?
I got plenty.
Give us another one. This is an exchange for me folding.
Times I almost died.
Or something stupid you've done.
Everything I've done is stupid. There was in college we had an apartment complex that we stayed in, and we were building a rec room for a year, and we got frustrated, so we hijacked the crane that they left there that night. And then we started to realize, because they left the keys in it, that we don't know how to drive a crane. That was
How did that end?
Poorly.
What happened?
It was a time before social media, so there's no evidence of it.
Thank God.
How did it end? The crane was not where they left it. This has been Jeff's addition to these stupid stories. I'm out, y'all.
That's it?
I gotta go.
You're leaving? Okay, I love you. Thank you for joining.
Love you.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
I love you. What else? Stupid things that we've ever done. I mean, everything on the internet. I feel like a lot of this is just like growing up, and you know, I feel like you have to do some of these stupid things. Not endorsing them, but they're certainly part of the adventure. But now looking back, I'm like, ooh, which really does scare me about raising kids. Like, I feel like it's inevitable that your kid's gonna do something dumb. So I guess it's just like strapping them with the intuition and information so that if they're gonna do something dumb, at least they do something dumb smartly. Does that make sense, Jeff?
I just know we're gonna be suffering for what we did called karma.
It's called karma, I know. We've been like talking a lot about how to communicate with a kid and how you talk about things, and it's just so complicated, man. So complicated. Corny, what are you doing down there? Come on up. Come on up and come on over. Gosh. Now my mind has drawn a blank on any other stupid things, but maybe I'm doing that on purpose to preserve my reputation. You know, my really great reputation here. I think I've gone on a lot of stupid dates, that's for sure. And like certainly feel like I probably got lucky several times where I should have maybe met someone in a more public area, if that makes sense. I don't know, I guess everything else I do is perfect. So there's that. I'm curious to know all your stupid stories and near death in a funny way. I hope this is for entertainment purposes only. I hope everyone is safe and making good choices in their life. College was definitely a wild time, but again, I think that's what college is for. I was gonna do like a whole college video and talk about my college experience. So if you guys want that, but I will tell you now lightly about my college roommate, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I don't have enough of a memory to do a whole video about it. But if you are entering college soon and you're going in the dorms, I was in this dorm. It was like, I applied special to be in, sorry, this is like totally off topic, but I think I ran out of stupid things I did since I'm perfect. So I applied to be in like the arts dorm. There was one arts dorm on campus, and so I knew I was going into the theater program, and I was like kind of insistent on getting, or pushy rather, on getting myself into this dorm, which is great, because I figured, oh, I'd be around like very like-minded people, and I would definitely have stuff in common with them, and I'd probably be in classes and in plays with these people. So what a great like community to kick off my college career, because I didn't know anyone at the school I was going to. I went to UC Irvine, but I stayed on campus. Irvine's like, I would say like an hour to an hour and a half south of Los Angeles. It's actually right near Disneyland. Perfect timing. Anywho, so I get into this dorm and I'm super excited, but I know that I'm gonna have a roommate, and you could have opted to like have your own room, but I thought it would be good to be social, have a roommate, blah, blah, blah. Leave it to me to have the worst luck, dumb luck, try and tie it in. I get stuck with the one girl, like in the whole dorm, like the one girl who's not in the art department, like at all. No form, not music, not that. She's like science or like something completely unrelated to the arts. And I'm like, of course me. Anyways, fine, whatever. Clearly she's trying to like be in that space and like be around those kind of people, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Well, as it turns out, she is such a sourpuss, like the worst, super antisocial, not nice to me. I had it out for me from the start. Now listen, I don't know, maybe I should take responsibility, maybe I was part of the problem, I'm sure I was, but like, so sour, and she would always sleep with her t-shirt on and her undies, and then her butt hanging out at the covers the whole time. And it's just like, this is awful. She's not talking to me, her butt's hanging out, and here we are. So, getting to the thick of the story. This was before social media, thank God, coming back around, circling back around to the fact that thank God social media wasn't around back then. I don't know how y'all are doing it growing up with it. Sending you love and private everything. So she kept an online diary. Jeff, do you remember those online diaries? There was like if anybody remembers this, please let me know what it was called. It was like a website. It was like blogging before blogging was kind of a thing. Gosh, I wish I would have remembered the website. I don't know if she had it password protected. I think she did, but at one point it was open and I could see, and she was just talking such shit about me. It was so uncomfortable. I can't remember like the context of it, but all I know is she never talked to me, and then she just talked shit to her blog about me. And so that was my college experience. Oh, and she had this boyfriend, and they would just like sit around and like, they were awful. They would just sit and write about me in their journal. So after that, I was like, screw this, I'm not staying in the dorm. So I ended up, getting a house on the beach with some really nice theater people. So moral of the story is, good luck in college, in your college room dorms. It's a scary place. I did end up having a really good time though, and if I could do it all again, I would. And I would still do the random roommate, because I do think it's like part of the experience. Anyways, super tangent, because I couldn't think of any more scary, dumb, near-life experiences, near-death experiences. So anyways, I did manage to fold all this though. So guys, big win. Let me know what you all want to chat about next week. I really just think that you're lovely and wonderful. Stay tuned. Working on some new stuff. I have a few new ideas in the works that I think you guys are going to jive with pretty well. So stay tuned for those announcements. And if you're not, oh, you sweet girl. Yeah. We'll just leave that like that. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I'm put up like polls and stuff on there, so I make sure that I'm up to date with all that you guys are feeling, needing, and wanting. I love you guys so much. I hope you got your chores done today, or at least started to chip away at some of them. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your stories in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.